YouTube, thank you very much for joining me tonight. We are going to be having a quick look and a prize draw for the new Coilmaster 521 tab, which is a little cracker. I'm a big fan, big fan. It's been improved and it's better. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Let's go down and have a look, and I'll compare it to the original 521 as well, so you can just have a look at a couple of the differences. We'll go down, we'll check it out, we'll come back up. I'll do the draw, and then fucking whee, everyone's happy. All right, thank you all. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are up close now. This one is the old one. This is the old 521 tab that I have already reviewed, and if you go back onto my videos, you'll see this old review, and you can check it out there. Now, the reason I've still got the RDA on here is purely because I use it a lot. So as you know, or as you possibly know, I managed to break the 510, so I have replaced it with a Fat Daddy 510. But you can see that it's a well-used piece of kit. It really is. Now, one of the great things about this one was the OLED screen, and unfortunately that's gone now. But let me show you what we're comparing it to, and what you will be getting if you're one of the winners. Oh, I haven't turned my phone off again. Here we go. This bad boy is a little bit different. Straight away, you've got a few visual differences. You've got things like your post holes are a little bit bigger on the new one than the old one for when you're checking your voltage. You've got a different screen, clearly. You've got a slightly different kind of mount. You've got a chromy sort of washer on the new one on the button, rather than the black one on this one. You've got writing around the side of there that you don't have on here. Otherwise, it's very, very similar indeed. If we look at the sides, this tells you kind of, the new one tells you what the buttons do, as opposed to this one, which, where was it? Could have sworn I remembered seeing stuff. Oh, there we go. There it is. There it is. You had to open up the casing to find out what was going on, but they've printed that on the side of here, which is nice. So that's a little bit different there. The bottom, exactly the same, other than here. The old one had shiny, slippery feet, and the new one has rubber feet, which is quite useful because it can move around a little bit when you're building on it. But otherwise, apart from that, we're looking pretty much the same. The USB is in the same place, and away you go. Now then, so that's the main differences. Let me just show you one other thing as well. This is the old voltage checker. Now I'm going to put the old the focus up a little bit on this, because we're going to need to check this out properly, so you can see what I'm talking about. Right, there we go. So you can see on here that the 510 was actually flush, which meant, and it was one of my biggest gripes, you couldn't check on things like hybrids. Which was desperately annoying. Now that was on the old one. On the new one, dun dun dun, it looks very, very similar. But can you see that? That 510 there is raised, so you can check hybrids. That doesn't compress. It is what it is. So you can check your hybrid mods as well, which makes life fantastic. And that's a really positive improvement in my mind. Now, just going back, oh, got to take the focus different again now. Oh my word. You'd think by now I'd have got this business sus, wouldn't you? Right, let's go with that for the time being. So, the big difference, the massive difference, is this screen. As you'll see, that you've got the OLED on that one, and what have I got? That I've got a coil in that's next to me. That'll do. Let's use this 2 puffs that I've been trialing out for a little while, which isn't a bad little atomizer, by the way. Now, I have checked the 2 of them together, and they both read the same. Obviously, these don't read the same because they're different atomizers, but they're both reading exactly the same resistance, so that's good. Now, you have got, with this, it's lovely and clear, and it's funky, and it's sexy, and it's super, and war. And this one is certainly more of your kind of your old school readout, which, you know, is that going to bother you? Don't know. This was sexier, but you know, it works the same. It'll still give you the information that you need. So that's okay. I don't know why they've done it exactly, but I imagine one of the reasons is much for the same reason as Yeehee and Evolve and various other people have had issues getting screens from China recently because of smartphones and smartwatches and all this sort of good stuff. I imagine there's a similar issue going on here as well. Now, what I've got to do, I still have yet to try a nickel build, and if I was a half worthwhile reviewer, I would have done that. I'm useless, I do apologise, but I am wondering if the extra digit is going to give us an even finer reading. I'll give you an update on that at a later date. But yeah, otherwise they work in the same way. So moving it up turns the little light on and gives you the resistance. Moving it down. Now here's a difference here. You've got the pipe going on here, which never really made sense, and I mentioned that in the review. On here you've got the voltage of the internal battery, the 18650 that you've got in there at the time, which gives you a helping hand, and it also makes sure you know kind of what you're playing with. But by pressing the button, you're going to get the firing of the atomizer in exactly the same way as you did with this one. So it's going to work in exactly the same way. Now this one I do feel is a little bit more of a polished product, I must admit. Now I'm loving the fact that you can test a what's it called? Hybrid. That's the one I'm looking for. Loving the fact you can test a hybrid. And just to go over that, in case you want to, obviously you make sure that your pin, just in case there is a change, or you get an old one, you make sure that your pin protrudes, your 510 protrudes. That goes in the holes there. Now that's kind of in there pretty well. One of the problems with this was because these were so small, it felt like it had less of a purchase, and it wasn't quite as snug as it could have been. These ones do feel pretty sweet. Now I've got my limitless going on here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw that down. Misses. Let's turn that around the other way, shall we? I'm going to screw that down all the way on top of the voltage checker jobby. Then the battery is going to go in like so. Then I'm putting the firing button on like so, and we turn this up to the checker, which is coming up. So we're on 0 at the minute. If I want to see what just the battery is like, press 4.17. Now what I want to do is I want to see what it's like under load. So the atomizer goes in, dun, 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 like so. 3.36 with a, I can't remember what this was it 0.26 or something? So that gives us an idea of what we're playing with there. Now obviously that figure, if you subtract the what you've got going on there as from the 4.17, that's giving you battery sag and everything else. That's not giving you a voltage drop. This does not automatically give you voltage drop, okay? So yeah, but it's a good way of just keeping on board and keeping on top of what you're playing with. There you go. It was a 0.21 build. So 0.21 with a 4.17 battery, including the battery sag. We're going down to 3.4 volts on there. So yeah, you can compare your hybrid mods from one to the other, but you're not going to get that final voltage drop figure from that. Okay. So there we go. There we have that bad boy. Dun, 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 dun. It's a nice and easily usable, great to build on, just an easy deck. I mean, I find that. Let me pop this this deck in here at the minute. This is for the mini Buddha, and you pop your deck in there, and then you can rest your hands on the deck, and you're there. Your fingers are where they need to be, and it's just comfy as hell. I really like it. I think this is a cracking product. So yeah, let's go back up top, have a little look, see who's won, and all that good shit. Whee! All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was the up close section of the review. Is this a review? It's not a review, is it? Of the video. So what you've got is you've got a product that, yes, the screen is different. It's a bit of a shame because the old one did look cool, but it's an improved product. It's a better product. So I am super happy with it. I really like it. I think it works brilliantly, and yeah, all for it. Is fantastic. So yeah. Let's go and do the draw. I've taken a screen. I have done the draw prior to right now. So we've taken a screen dump, and I'll put it up now, and then we'll come back and have a little chat, shall we? Let's have a chat. Here we go. So we're starting to get into all of the names now. You can see that we've got a whole bunch of names gone in here. Obviously, I've taken away people's email addresses. So here we go. There's the massive. I mean, I was super surprised the amount of people that went for this. So it's been pretty cool. So thank you very much all for entering. Now let's see who the lucky winners are, shall we? Randomise. Let's have it. Let's have it. Boom. There we go. There we go. So here we go with the top 5. We've got Glyn Lancaster, Margaret Campbell, Michael Beach, Keith Driver, and David Parrott. Those are the top 5. Thank you very much for entering. And yeah, well done. Thank you. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the draw. So the top 5 winners were Glyn Lancaster, Margaret Campbell, Michael Beach, Keith Driver, and David Parrott. Thank you very much for entering. I hope you're going to really enjoy your stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to email you guys directly and ask for a little bit more information, which I'm then going to pass on to Coilmaster so they can send you out your stuff and your winnings. So well done, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. And you 5 guys, I'm totally interested in hearing what you have to say about it. So once you get these and the mats through the post, then make sure you pop a comment under here. Let me know, or drop me an email. Let me know. And yeah, I think you're going to enjoy them because they rock. Thanks everybody for watching. Very good. Oh, hang on. It's been a video without any vaping. Can't have that, can we? There you go. Happy day. Thanks very much for joining me. You guys out there have fun. Thank you. Have it large. Goodbye. I'm fading. It's come to an end.